He started off his first crime when he was 7 years old. He killed 3 children with unpleasant ways. One of them was his sister. She was only 6 months. And 2 children as well, all of them less than 9 months. Did you know why, how, where he did that? Or who instigated him to commit these hideous crimes? I don't think you will believe that. He was arrested, but unfortunately, he is now alive and free. Today, we have one of the most hideous and incredible story in children's world. Did you say in children's world? Yeah, I said that. So if you are less than 18, can go watch TV, play games. If you are more than 18, you are here to enjoy that. But before we start, don't forget your coffee. You can add some sugar. Your coffee to enjoy, you can add some sugar at it. Because we have salty video, salty story. So bring it, let's go. Emergence Gata was born in 1998 in Bikusaria in the west of India. After a period of time, his family moved to another city because they were so poor. They had to lead a miserable life for many years. After that, his father forced him to drop out of school. Because of that, he felt shy. Why my father forced me to leave the school? Why did my father force me and my classmates, my friends and the students? They go to school and they study. Within a short time after, it's devolved that shy to insanity, to folly. So one of that reasons was his father, right? Soon after, in 2006, Emergence started his first crime by killing his sister. She was only 6 months. One day in the morning, he entered his house and waited until his sister was in deep sleeping. He carried her and left home. He went to a far farm away from the people of his neighborhood and killed his sister there with unpleasant ways. I can't mention them here. After he made sure that his sister died, he took a part of iron and slash. Oh boy, what are you doing? But before he came back home, he dug a pit and put her and covered that place by some shrubs. Can you imagine? Wow, that's incredibly insane. How can that child think or imagine that situation? Was he a criminal? No, it's just the first time. Can you believe the second and the third crime? You will not believe the second and the third crime. Wow. After that, the family noticed that they missed their small girl. So Emergence guided them to that place. But the family made that story secret. And no one out of the family knows anything about that story. But you know his father, what he did, right? Man, the same slash. After a couple of months, Emergence has something new. Now his cousin was the second victim, who was 9 months. While his mom left his son alone in the living room, Emergence noticed that he captured him and threw the baby in the lake. And he came back home, but his uncle knew that Emergence is the guilty. He's the killer. But because they are as one family, they made it secret as well as the first crime. But like these calm behaviors, reactions, which made him commit another crime. Exactly after 11 months. And the third and the last crime was not from his family, because he has enough experience how to kill, how to blah, you know that. But before that, he stayed on the bed and talk to himself. Who will be the next? I've vengeance from my family. Yeah. The third crime? From his neighbor. Yeah. From his neighbor. I told you he has enough experience, that child. He immediately started to prepare something. So he left his house and spied until he entered his neighbor's house. He found the baby sleeping. He captured the baby and left. At this time, the baby's mother was in the kitchen for cooking. After she finished cooking the meal, she didn't find his son. They checked and asked all the people and the neighbor and looked for her a long time. Unfortunately, no tracks. At this time, the people of his neighbor thought that Morgans, he's the killer. He's the murderer. Because when he got rid of the dead body, he forgot to clean his hands. So they noticed that his hands stained with blood when he came back home. Now everything is obvious. Morgans is exposed. And they know that Morgans is the guilty of 2 previous victims. So the victim's mother immediately went to the police and told them all the story. Even police shocked. They wondering how dare he did that. They didn't believe the claims. Soon after, Morgans admitted that he did what they told them. After that, Morgans went with investigators to that place where he committed the previous crimes and showed them how did he commit the crimes with everything. And they started shaking and wondering. 7 years old, killed 3 children. 7 years old, killed 3 children. That's insane. One of the officers told his friend, I can't believe that. I can't believe. And showed them specifically the time, places, whatever he did. And he also mentioned that he used small stones to throw them to children's faces until he made sure that they completely died. After that, he covered that place or that yard with some leaves and trees in order to hide them. And he went back home. Except his cousin, he threw him in a far lake from family place. During his admitting, the officers were surprised and confused what he's talking about. So the investigators waited until psychiatrists made sure that Morgans was sad when he committed these crimes. And he enjoyed, and he didn't realize what is the true or not and differences between them. Although children can realize the true or not after the 2nd year of birth. But Morgans has something wrong. So the judge didn't condemn him to death or to the prison because of Indian law, which is not allowed children to be judged like these terrible judgments. And they sent him to a rehabilitation building where I think you can get some medicine or some special treatment which can help you in order to avoid do bad things and travels, and put him in a single jail in order to avoid fighting or killing people. And about his destiny or where does he live now, there are some different sources which claim that where does he live now? Did he die in prison? Some of the sources said that he left the single jail when he was 18 years old and he lives with different name and free, and no one knows where does he live exactly or what's his real name now. And some of the sources claims that one day, exactly 2015, he talked on newspaper and social media platforms that he lives in the same building of development of children. And most of the sources claim that he stayed a long time in the single jail. After that, he committed suicide. This claim, as I told you, is popular, no matter if he's alive now or not. This story was horrible, of course, but I consider this story is nothing among a story about a woman who made a delicious meal by her husband meat. Yeah, as I told you, by her husband meat. It will be next week, the same day. Don't forget to subscribe, like to watch more about horror stories. Homie, have a good day.